Hey there, everybody. Today I want to talk about the big news in real estate, and that is the NAR settlement regarding commissions. There's been some sensational headlines out there. Here's one from CNN. It's a doozy. The 6% commission on buying or selling a home is gone after Realtor Association agrees to a seismic settlement. It was a huge settlement, and it's probably the most significant piece of news that's happened since I've been an agent, and that's 18 years now. I've taken a look at what this settlement is all about, and I'm going to explain it to you and the implications going forward. I'm going to begin by saying that, first of all, commissions have always been negotiable, and agents can still charge 6% if they want to. You know, a seller of real estate has many choices when it comes to choosing an agent. They can sell it themselves, not pay any commission at all. There are flat fee brokers that will charge hundreds or thousands of dollars just to put your home in the MLS and do nothing more for you. There's also discount brokers that may charge 1% to list the property for you, but then they have a myriad of other items on the menu that they'll add on to that listing. And then there's full service agents. Typically, they're going to try and get a 5%, 6% commission. The reality is the 6% commission isn't standard. The average these days is actually about 5.2%. At least that's what it was the last I looked. And I actually got ahead of this at the beginning of this year and began charging 4.5% commission. I share my commission with any buyer's agent at 2.5%, and 2% goes to me. So getting on to the crux of this lawsuit, this settlement, really what it all came about was how the buyer's agent got paid. You know, the way it works in the MLS is a co-broker fee, and that's what we call the share that goes to the buyer's agent, can be any amount that a listing agent chooses or that has been agreed upon in the listing agent. I've seen co-broker fees or compensation as little as $100. Not uncommon to see 1% commission paid to the buyer, 1.5%, 2%. It varies a great deal. There is no standard fee. And because there's no standard fee, the plaintiffs in this lawsuit are saying that agents were steering their buyers away from properties that were offering a lower commission and towards properties that were offering a high commission. Is that collusion? Is that price fixing? Yeah, I don't know. But what's going to change is that co-broker fee can no longer be posted in the MLS. You can still pay a buyer's agent whatever you want. It just cannot be communicated on the MLS. Here's what it looks like right now. At the bottom of every listing is what the fee is being paid to the buyer's agent. Here it's 3%. It could be 1%, could be 2%, could be 6% in some cases. It's not uncommon for builders, developers to offer, who are working directly with agents, to offer a much bigger commission to bring their buyers with them to their new developments. Very common practice. I suspect that will continue. So there will be opportunities for agents to still make higher than 3% or more. The next important aspect of this settlement is buyers are now going to have to sign a buyer's representation agreement with their agent. They've always been around. They've been optional in most states. Some states do require them and have for years. I know, for instance, in North Carolina, it's required that if you're going to work with a buyer's agent, if a buyer is going to work with an agent, they have to sign this buyer's agreement. Here's what it looks like. And it spells out the length of time for this agreement and what the minimum commission will be. Say if they state it's going to be a minimum commission of 2.5%. If it's 3%, then nothing, it doesn't matter. If it's 2%, again, it doesn't matter. But if the listing is only offering 2%, then the difference has to be made up by the buyer. And that's the way it's going to be going forward. If the listing agent, the seller, only wants to offer 1% or $50 or $1.50, then that's all it is. And the buyer is going to have to make up that difference. The people that are going to be most impacted by this settlement are agents that are less experienced. They don't know how to communicate their value to their buyer. The buyers themselves will be impacted, especially those that don't have the cash to pay to hire an agent. You know, I'm hearing forecasts that 1 million agents are going to quit the business because of this, and commissions are going to be cut in half or lower because of this. I think that's all a bunch of hyperbole right now. I think, you know, commissions have been compacting slowly over time, and that certainly could continue. I don't think 1 million agents are going to leave the business, but you know, if some agents, the dead weight leaves, I'm fine with that. I happen to like the part about the forcing buyers to sign a buyer's agreement. I think that that's one of the harder things to get a buyer to do because they're not required to. Now they're going to have to commit to an agent. They're going to have to vet their agents much more carefully than they have in the past. And it creates a lot more transparency in the marketplace by having buyers sign buyer representation agreements. And there's going to be all kinds of unintended consequences from this settlement. It's going to be a weird summer for agents and for buyers, and there's going to be a lot of misunderstandings. So that's where we're at now. Stay tuned. I'm sure I'll probably have more to say about it as we learn how this is going to affect the market. I hope you have a better understanding of it. And if you have questions, feel free to reach out to me. I'm Tom Day. Thanks for watching.